Hello everyone. Welcome to the 15th of December, our 15th consecutive daily 10-minute portrait. It's really cool having you here. I see Annetta, Kitty, Christina, Elizabeth and Linda are here. That is so wonderful. Thank you for joining me. And thank you to everyone watching the replay as well. Say hi in the comments. And thank you to everyone who joined my workshop last night. It was really interesting. And I'll just show you some of the sketches that I did. The theme was darkness. And yeah, before beginning, I was kind of like thinking, what do I mean? What are we going into with darkness? Looking at this like low-key lighting setup. Oh, Lewis, welcome. And yeah, I found it really interesting. And I'll show you the sketches that I worked on. And we're working today, we're going to do a 10-minute sketch of Eric, shared by Josephine Proper. And I did a 2-minute sketch of Eric yesterday, which was like, oh, there's something cool about this that I want to get into more today. And it was this one, this little Eric here of, oh look, Lewis, we sketched you too. And revisiting some references, it was super fun. So these were each 2 minutes. This one I was like, didn't feel too good about it. And then did a longer version, which also like 10 minutes in, I was like, what am I doing here? But then I figured out I need this clear block of silhouette. And that I got that from this. So this quick sketch of Eric, because I'm working on darkness, I'm going to carry on some of these ideas throughout this week. I was like, this one, there's something cool about this. It's just like so brief and so interesting. So by looking at that, seeing what worked in that, bringing it to this one, it was a really interesting process to go through, and I hope that everyone who was there enjoyed it. I'm working on the replay, which I'll have uploaded soon for those who weren't able to be there live. And this one was an ink version playing with the idea of darkness. So for me, it was a really interesting exploration and just making something out of the darkness. It was super, super fun. So that's what I'm going to do today, working on this reference of Eric. I'm going to try and do something similar to this, informed by this 2-minute sketch. So that's the plan. Let's do it. Let's draw together. And you can all say things in the live chat and in the comments. Hello, Monica. So nice to have you all here. And people have been signing up for my mentorship. If you're interested, please get in touch. It's going to be really, really cool way to start the year. 2026, focusing creatively, making stuff together, really cool. So if you're interested in working directly and personally, intimately with me, then please get in touch. There's a link in the description. Let's start sketching. 5 minutes plus 5 minutes. All right. So I want to do the same thing where I like just fill in a block of background value, which is kind of, for the workshop, I prepared this in advance, and I'm working into the page break, which is a bit tricky. But I'm going to do it. Hopefully it's going to work out. So yeah, it's interesting. This idea of focusing on darkness and trying to push the value, erase the white of the paper, so that part of what's really strong about this reference image is the dark silhouette of the portrait on the really light background. So it was interesting to take that and try to kind of recreate it without the light background, and then seeing that the strength of the image in the sketch was very much about the block of value on a block of value. So yeah, it was really interesting, and I'm going to see if I can do something informed by that 2-minute sketch and see how it turns out. So I just need some background value here. I'm going to get in a bit closer, working into the middle. This like page break in the middle of the spread is kind of like hazardous. I see here it's a bit like just the pressure of the pencil on here is really different. So that's already creating some, there's visual information before there's even any content. And so trying to stop that from being too distracting. The blending stump helps to just unify and smudge around a bit of that. Yeah, that could work, but there's like this line going down there, which is kind of interesting, but hopefully not going to be too distracting. Okay, and now, so the way I went into this last time was I started with like a line drawing, and it was an interesting process to go through, like the 5 2-minute portraits, each really different references and also different approaches to drawing them, and like realizing what works in a brief time frame, what doesn't, and what it needs to really clearly communicate something within this darker value. So I felt like it was really, there were a lot of really interesting kind of insights, and it was pretty experimental for me, and I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen at the beginning of the workshop, but I'm really glad that we were able to explore the idea together, because some really interesting stuff came up. Anyone who was present at the workshop and is watching this live or watching the replay, you can let me know in the comments what was your takeaway. What was something that you really got out of the session together? So for me, it was super interesting. And there's a temptation, and it can be amazing, to like erase and bring light into the darkness. But thematically, it has been interesting. And wow, so much, like the time of the year and also the darkness, like there's just so much hard stuff going on. And typically, like there's in nature as well, there's less growing, it's cold, it's kind of less hospitable outside, and I don't know, I wonder if there's I just want to acknowledge the violence in the world, and the what happened in Sydney yesterday, and that even in times of peace, in times of violence, in conflicts between my kids, trying to see how and cultivate a sense with my children, and or in the world in general, that love is the answer to all things. That it's not violence. I don't know, how do we go there here, this topic of darkness, because this is something I think about, and something that was 5 minutes. Let's keep going. Next 5 minutes. Last year, I remember, like each year, like things just like nothing's chilling out. There's just so much. We're confronted with so much, and I wonder what the parallel is between. Like I feel like the creative act can be this moment of respite from what's going on, and the topic of darkness in drawing, I felt like I wasn't sure initially going into it how to handle it, what I'm going to focus on, this kind of indefinable, unknowable thing, like how. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like in many things, I feel like there's a crossover in these internal and external things that we go through and we see. And it's just, I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to articulate here, But I've got my drawing figured out. I'm going to put down more graphite. But yeah, part of what has been I think there is a parallel. There's this overlap between creative process and the being in community, creating together, doing something focused and creative, sharing our interest, our focus, our light in times of darkness. And understanding darkness in drawing value. Like I don't know if I'm something I found difficult in drawing, difficult to like push into the darkness and have clarity in the dark values. I just wonder in some kind of interrelated way if there's some it's hard to articulate and draw at the same time, but there's just so much going on. And I guess it's my ongoing quest beyond the drawing, and drawing is also interrelated because it's so much of what I do. But I'm not sure I can get all this out. I have to find the joy in life whenever you can. Yes, and there's so much joy and there's so much love, and in the face of everything, like love is the answer to love, and love is the answer to conflict, and to move through our experiences, our interactions with love, and to find the joy where we can, because there is a lot going on. Yeah, and I don't know, this idea of the overlap, the drawing in the darkness, how I went into this being like, what is it? What am I looking for? How is there a sense of clarity and communicating something like intimate and subtle in this dark values, and this process, this way of looking and understanding at things. And the theme I have going this month of simplicity, like to realize the strength of the really brief sketch I had here, to see like the big, bold, dark shape amongst the already dark shape is what really gives some form and definition to try and communicate something with this shadow shape within a shadow shape. That was 10 minutes. And thank you so much, Eric and Josefina, for sharing this wonderful reference. Thank you to everyone who shares this opportunity to sketch together and be together. I really appreciate that we're able to share this time of creative focus with each other. Whatever's going on, externally and internally. I appreciate having you here and being able to draw together. Yeah, that's my 10-minute drawing. thank you for being here. Please share your sketches to the Discord server and to Instagram. Tag me, tag Eric, and let's take care of each other, take care of the world around us, and nurture our compassion, care, and joy at sharing the world with so many wonderful beings, human and non-human. All right. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Josephina. And thank you to each and every one of you. Much love. Have a good day. Sweet dreams, Linda.